tonight. It is cold as shit here. I'm not even joking. It's just so fucking cold tonight. It's not even as cold as it has been. It's just really like extra deep cold for no good reason. So yeah. And I'm trying to get warm at the moment. I've got like a heater on. I've got like all my multiple layers of stuff. It's not working. And so hopefully PUBG will help with that, because PUBG does do pretty good at like getting me a bit warm. So yeah, I hope that it helps. Nod's head wagging to happily. Yeah, give you some ruffles, Viking. At the moment, you're pretty much the only thing keeping me warm. We got. I also put my glasses on this week. I know how much like I protested last week about bothering to put them on, but I was really having a bit of trouble reading my chat on my second window, and I'm like, I might put them on. I'll put them on tonight. Yeah. There you go. So for like slap, lays down, wagging tail happily, so like wolf flush. No, I've got this giant mound of wolf on me now. I'll give you on plush some pats. What is that last medal earned? Oh, they hit 7 years? Jesus. Really? It's cold. We got pizza for dinner, and in 5 to 10 minutes it was cold. So ironically, I also got pizza for dinner, because Nick got pizza for like lunch. He had to do some kind of like work lunch thing. So we've got this sort of general agreement situation, because he was getting takeaway far more than I've had in like years. So when he goes and gets takeaway, I get takeaway within like the week or something, kind of thing, to kind of even it out, because otherwise it just felt a bit unfair. And so because he had pizza, I got pizza. But yes, by the time he came home, it was almost like stone cold. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, holy shit. I know it's cold, but geez, it's real cold tonight. No wags to happily receive pats. Smile seeing wolf flush get pats. The other thing too was, luckily, so last night I didn't end up streaming because I didn't get any sleep between, well, I got like an hour or two sleep between RimWorld and Doom, and then I got no sleep between Doom and Thursday night. So I decided to not stream last night. Turns out internet went out in this area anyway, so I wouldn't have been able to stream even if I wanted to. But hopefully that's fixed, and hopefully, I don't know yet for sure, but hopefully like the upgrade will be like actually finished and I'll have faster internet soon. That'd be really nice to find out. That'd be lovely. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean I can maybe have like multiple windows and shit open while I'm streaming, but it does mean that like maybe it won't take as long to edit shit post-stream, which would be really nice. But yeah, basically I ended up sleeping pretty much all of, what do you call it, like yesterday afternoon, last night, through today. And then like my throat's been really sore. Probably snored my ass off like too much. So now, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. And favorite pizza is half and half. Half a Godfather and meat lovers. You have a slice of each, make a sandwich out of it. That's pretty interesting. I've never really, like, I've seen people do like the whole sandwich slice thing. Like, you know, where you like pick up 2 pieces and put them together. I don't think I've done it. But I never thought of like combining different types into a singular bite. That's pretty interesting. No, I'm like severely limited on like what pizzas I can have, because there's a lot of like common meats make me really sick. Like, you know, chicken and beef and lamb and pork and shit like that make me really sick. So like, basically I have this selection of all the cheese and vegetarian and stuff pizzas, which aren't too bad. They've brought in like a lot of like spicy ones. So I got some, what was it? The paneer or something like that. It was a spicy paneer or something one, which isn't too bad. Like, it's not the greatest, but I mean, it's definitely better than just like a plain cheese. For I just wasn't feeling it, you know. Sometimes I'd love to just be able to get like, I don't know, anything other than that, but I have to toss up just how sick I want to be and what I want to tolerate in regards to that. So I don't feel like tolerating being sick. So yeah, so I didn't get it. That's it. So meat lovers, what's it? No meat lovers for you. more for me. I actually never really liked meat lovers anyway. I also never liked pepperoni pizzas. There were two things I never really liked. Like, I'm trying to think back to, like, I'm one of those people that liked, like, ham and pineapple pizza. Like, that was, like, a go-to. I also liked, I think there was, like, a spicy supreme or some shit like that. This is, like, we're talking about, like, back before they actually brought in variety to pizzas, because I didn't really get pizza much. Yeah. It was one of those things where, like, workplaces and stuff would get it as, like, you know, treat your employees kind of crap. But I rarely ever got pizza for myself. I might actually take that. I'd much rather that. I'll keep this for later. I kind of wish I had a nicer skin for this, but this is the only skin I've got for this gun. And it just reminds me of the hazardous gun from Warzone. So I keep thinking I'm capable of, like, rocket launching and shit like that when I'm clearly not. It's a buggy thing out the back. I don't think there's anything on the roofs worth my time going up there for, but the car, that is worth my time. I mean, realistically, running an AUG and this might actually be better. Maybe. I'm tossing this up. I really like playing with shotguns, but lately I haven't been hitting much. So I kind of need something that can go for fast accuracy. I feel like I should take this. Realistically, I should take that with me. Can't hurt. I mean, it can, but there's AUG it's a nice combo for Miramar. See, I've found that for me, for a while, I was enjoying, like, the shotgun, like, high power guns, like shotgun and, like, car, or the, what do you call it, the M24, stuff like that. Good combos for me, right? It was just, like, basically having something that was, like, a 1 or 2 shot kind of thing. I had accuracy until, like, 2 weeks ago. 2-3 weeks ago, and then for some reason it just, like, disappeared. I played the classic maps, and then my aim just went to shit. So I don't know what happened to that, but it's alright. It'll come back eventually. In the meantime, it just means I've got to get faster guns to be able to actually, like, have a good shot. Also, I haven't really... Let me just fall over for a sec. Where am I? I'm pretty much in, like, the center. I don't really need to go anywhere. I can just go and fuck around with these guys over here. Once I don't have ordered pizza that often, like maybe once every 3 months. I can't remember the last time we had ordered pizza. I really can't. I don't really get takeaway much at all. Like, I could probably count between this year and last year's takeaway in total on one hand. Probably. I could probably tell you exactly when every single time I got takeaway was. Like, it would be major events, like, you know, like Valentine's Day, a birthday, shit like that, you know? It just doesn't happen. What are you doing? Just keeping an eye on that, because I keep getting those drop near me. Yeah, generally speaking, like, we don't really get takeaway much. Like, Nick sometimes has to, because with his work, sometimes he has to go out on site, and it's not possible to take lunch with him. Like, he may not have a way to store it. So sometimes he has to get lunch and stuff, and other times he's got, like, business meetings where, you know, they provide, like, some form of food as part of the meeting kind of thing, like those kind of events. So there is a car coming. There it goes. So he definitely gets takeaway a lot more than I do, which is interesting because, you know, last year, Grim, if it wasn't for a singular comment that you said in regards to me not having had takeaway, I wouldn't have known how frequently I was getting takeaway at the time. Because I'd said something along the lines of, like, I really wanted to get curry. I hadn't had takeaway for, like, 6 months or something. And, oh, hello. And you were like, what are you talking about? Didn't you just have, like, takeaway or something, like, last week or something? And I spoke to Nick about it because I thought it was, like, such an odd comment. And then he told me that he had takeaway that last week. And that's probably where the confusion was, because, like, most couples will eat the same thing together kind of thing. Hi, mate. Whereas, like, Nick and I don't tend to eat the same kind of meals together because there's a lot of stuff I can't eat that he can eat. So we just don't. so yeah, if it wasn't for that, then we kind of like started piecing two together that like because of his work and stuff like that, he'd be getting takeaway almost every month. And I hadn't had takeaway for 6 months. And I was pretty like sad and salty over it. I'm like, I want a takeaway. So yeah, we resolved that. We resolved it so that like whenever he actually has to like, I don't know, get takeaway for work, I get takeaway. That way I don't feel so salty and left out. But yeah, it's nice. I get like a little bit more now. So plus, I mean, for me, takeaway is kind of like there because like there's not a lot of shit I can eat, and like the stuff that I can eat, I have to be so careful from who and where I get it from because some places don't really care if they're like preparing everything in the same like pot, you know, so to speak, or without changing gloves and shit. My place says blanket, clothes, wagging happily. No, Viking, I'm going to wrap that around me right now and cover you in a bit of it too. I appreciate the blanket. I don't know where anybody else is. I was going to go harass those two around the corner. I might actually. Let's go back. I know a few people that played Classic a lot. I struggled a little coming back because having the reduced recoil. So I also noticed there was a few different things like the ability to see really, really far in the Classic and stuff like that. Like I'm going to have a bit of trouble with that. I always have trouble with recoil on guns anyway because like I'm just kind of like forget that's a thing that exists. There you are, mate. Hi. So the other thing too is for some reason I have like a really shaky like grasp on my mouse lately. So somebody was shooting at him from like over there. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I'm really, really wobbly over the last week or so. And I'm not sure why. But I can't really do much about it. So I'm just kind of like working on hopefully unwobbling. And we'll see. There we go. One's mine. Azula's come and joined us too. She's up on the desk now. Hi. I know you can see me, mate, because you were just staring straight at me. Azula's like snuggling in a bed. I mean, normally couples do eat together. I mean, yeah, usually couples normally... Okay, so most couples, as far as I know, like, let's talk about, like, old school kind of, like, couples and stuff like that. Generally will, like, you know, kind of, like, do things together or in each other's presence and shit. Like, you know, sit down and have dinner at the same time, eat the same thing, watch the same shows or be in the same room while watching different shows. Stuff like that. That's not really what we do. Like... Pretty much because like, as you guys know, like I lived by myself for a really long time before like Nick and I were dating and stuff. So like, I had like a really set in stone kind of like freedom to when I ate and like did shit in my house. So pretty much like having to sit down and eat at a time when somebody else is hungry and eating what somebody else wants to eat and stuff like that was really quite difficult for me because like just kind of been super independent for like several years. So like I don't get hungry early. He does. Like I don't get hungry until like 8 or 9 or 10 at night, generally speaking. Whereas he's hungry by like 5 or 6 or 7 kind of thing. And then I am not a huge fan of vegetables. I eat them. I don't have a problem with them. I just can't be fucked cooking them. So I don't generally eat that. For a long time, I only ate meat. So before my Crohn's basically like kicked me in the guts and kind of tried to kill me, I had basically like my whole diet was like, I'd just cook up like 1 or 2 like lamb chops or pork chops and eat that. Or like some lamb cutlets or whatever. It was mostly lamb and mostly pork. And I had like a lot of chicken and shit in like my lunches and stuff. So, like, I ate exclusively almost only meat and alternatively, like, salads and shit. That's kind of what I ate. And it didn't take very long for Nick to get really sick of, like, eating only meat for dinner. And when we did cook up vegetables, I didn't want to eat them. So, yeah, we kind of, like, initially started by just having different sides to our dishes, and like I had to make do with like eating a bit earlier, he had to make do with eating a bit later. stuff like that. And it was just like not comfortable. So yeah, we kind of like worked on that. And it got to a point where once my Crohn's hit and I couldn't eat a lot of things, I really just ate like whatever I possibly could. Which, as you guys know, for anybody that's new in, basically I have a medical condition that nearly killed me. This guy's going to run me over. I can't do anything about this. Like, all I can do is like kind of try to avoid it. Nah, that's nothing I was going to do. Wow. Absolutely fucking thrown. Yes, I had a medical condition that tried to kill me a few years ago. It nearly succeeded. It got pretty fucking close. And basically it made it that like I couldn't eat or drink and shit towards the end of it. So the best I could do was I could eat about a pinky finger's amount of food in total in a day, and then I'd still be vomiting and trying to pass and stuff like excessively. So like my body just couldn't cope with food and water and stuff. So it was really bad. So yeah, about that point, I think that's where food paths kind of differed the most. And then I took a few years to kind of recover and get back onto like eating normal food and stuff. Because I had a long time where I wasn't able to eat like solid shit, you know, or like big meals. I still am in a stage at the moment where I can't eat like a lot of food. Like I eat like, if you think about it, like most people will know the size of instant noodles, right? So I eat about that a day, or an apple, or a potato, or something like that. That's what I eat. Because I just can't fucking eat more than that. But it's fine. I seem to be healthy enough. The hospital monitors me and I'm okay. So, you know. But yeah, we definitely don't eat the same things. A lot of the time, stuff that I can't finish, like if I happen to make too much, or like if I cook up like too much of a baked potato or something like that, let's say it's a particularly large potato, I'll normally give like the rest of it to Nick because I can't finish it. Shit like that. So yeah, that's the closest we get to eating the same thing. There's also like if we happen to go out to like somewhere like a fair or something that has like some food and stuff, like we'll normally try to pick 2 or 3 little dishes that both he and I can eat, which means he'll normally have to eat some kind of vegetarian cross meal because, as I said, a lot of meat makes me really sick. So yeah, that's the only other time we kind of get it, where we're both eating the same thing. And even then, like, I don't eat much of it. Like, I'll eat more in that kind of situation than I won't be able to eat the next day, that kind of thing. I miss here. It tilts head. Yeah, you keep an eye on Grim Viking. I know he's fallen asleep now, but definitely. I'll accidentally change the DPI on the mouse of you. I don't think so. I am wondering about that, but I actually do think it's just my wrist being shaky. Also, sorry about being like slow to reply and stuff. I'm like getting on tangents and shit. It's fine. Like I talk a lot to begin with, but I'm a little bit like slow replying sometimes. No. I know you're still awake. Viking fell asleep. So he can't keep an eye on you when he's asleep. I mean, he might be able to if he's some kind of clairvoyant type situation, but not to my knowledge, I don't think he is. Yes, so because I like draw with my mouse and stuff too, I find that like my DPI is really high to begin with. But yeah, when I'm trying to like zoom in and like look at something, I tend to find that I'm like a little bit wobbly like this kind of thing. And I don't know why. The other week I ended up putting on my drawing wrist brace to try to kind of like slow it down a little bit. And it helped. But it absolutely fucking cooked my wrist. Because I use my wrists primarily to move the mouse around. Like, I sometimes do take it up through, like, the elbow. But for the most part, like, everybody kind of, like, uses their peripherals differently. Like, if I'm playing 7 Days to Die, I use my shoulder for some reason. If I'm drawing, it's my elbow. If I'm playing PUBG, it's my wrist. It's really fucking weird, but I've noticed it because I can tell what feels the hottest after a game or partway through like a drawing or something, you know? It just kind of stands out to me. But yeah. As far as like the pizza stuff goes, honestly, it wasn't too bad. It was cold. I just look at it this way. When I reheat it later, it'll be so much nicer. That's all I'm thinking. The DPA high might contribute to. I had that when mine was high and slight vibrations on the desk caused it. It's quick to fix or lowering the ADS and scope sensitivity. Yeah, so I know what you're talking about there. I've got mine up high because look, you'll see it when I do this, okay? When let me zoom in a little bit. You can see what I mean, right? The way that it moves around real quick. That's how quick it is and shit. But the thing is, if I lower any of the other settings, it feels too sluggish for me when I'm playing. It feels like I'm literally dragging the mouse, like physically fucking like dragging a brick across my monitor. Like, that's why I've got it up high as well. It just feels right on this setting. It's really weird. So I know I've just got to adjust to it. I reckon it was just the, I don't know. It could have been anything, actually. I will hydrate, Ren. Thank you. Hold on. It could have been that. I could have slept on my arm weird. I do that a lot. Like, I do that fucking heaps. Like, I have times where I'm just like, I wake up and my whole fucking arm's asleep or something. Anybody else get this? Okay, when you're like laying down in bed and like you've got both your hands are underneath the pillow, underneath your head, and one of them's dead asleep, like you can't feel it, and it accidentally finds like your main hand that's not asleep finds the sleeping hand, or vice versa. And how fucking creepy terrifying that shit is when you're when you're like not expecting to find a hand in your bed. Because I do that like a lot, and I think it's like, I don't think that's how shit's supposed to be, but yeah, that seems to be kind of the quota for me. I'm gonna poke my nose up in here too. This is a good morning. Yeah. How you doing, Ren? You still bored as shit? Hey, somebody died in here. And somebody left a scope, so no. Yeah, no 2x scope. Kind of already got all those, so I don't need that much ammo. Even if I found a win, which I'd love to get, I also don't want to go down here. Manga reading genres are widening. Nice. I've kind of come across a few, now that I've got like TikTok on the better vein of like what kind of interests me and shit. There's a whole heap of like art and like story recommendations I'm getting now. And it is definitely so much better. I've read a couple of good webtoons in like the last week or so. Like, I don't generally read a lot of webtoons because like I never come across something I like. But I'm finding shit that I like, so it's nice. I also have anime to watch, I just haven't watched. So somebody was over here and I assume that they went up to those houses. Oh, man. Alright. So look, I'm sure Rin is being bizarre and numerous. God, there's so fucking much going on in this area. And I feel like I just don't have the guns for it. Maybe this one over that. Yeah, let's take that. Makes sense, recently dropped 320 to, was it, to 800. It took a few days to adjust, definitely helped once I got used to it. All I've got to do is adjust back to what this is. That's all I've got to do. Because at some point I've unadjusted to it. I don't know how. But I'll get back there. I just gotta fucking get comfortable with it. I also don't do very well on Karakin map, just out of interest. Although it is, oh, that's up there. It is one of the few maps where I get to like the top 5 usually without paying any attention, which is great fun for me, honestly. Is that? It's another 2 times. So also the biting the tongue thing. So it's probably a good thing I ended up like having a snooze last night because yeah, the swelling on my tongue went down substantially. For anybody that missed it, on Tuesday, I ate something earlier in the day before streaming, and I like full on hardcore like chomped my tongue, and like it was bad. Right, I left teeth indents and everything. It wasn't like a nip, like not just drawing blood nip. It was a legitimate fucking tooth mark kind of situation. And it during my stream for the 4 hours I was sitting there talking away, I continued to like just chew on my tongue by accident because the swelling, I don't know where this guy is. The swelling was just so fucking bad. And it just kept getting worse. And so during Doom, I ended up wearing my my mouth guard, which I've got for sleeping and shit. I don't know where this person was. And anyway, that ended up helping, thankfully. It stopped me from like gumming on it. But yeah, The sleep is what I needed to like restore and like repair it. Swelling went like way down. I have no idea where fucking anybody is here. I just feel like I need a really big scope so I can see shit. I can't see shit. Yeah, that one's odd. Now I have to roll over. Did you pick it up? Dead arm. The other hand because you can't move it. Yes. Yeah, I love that part of it too. It's like when your arm is so fucking dead asleep that you just legitimately have to like pick it up and move it out of the way. I always find that it's really funny because like it just goes like dead limp. And then takes forever. I honestly love doing like the whole floppy arm situation where like I kind of like let it like flop around from like the elbow joint, and I'm sure that's not good for my elbow joint, but like it's still fun every fucking time to just like let my arm just like flop around. The shit that I do, honestly, I'm trying to find people without like accidentally getting found first, but I really just want like a 3 times scope might help me out a whole heap. But I'm not, well, obviously I'm not going to find one up here, but I'm just having a look around. I started reading manga. I hoped it wouldn't ever start. Oh, really? What, you didn't want to read manga, or did you just not want to read the specific mangas that you're reading? I don't want to go down there. I'll go back over here and see if that thing's got, oh, this area. Oh, I'll probably get killed here. It's fine. We'll see. I was reading Who Made Me a Princess. Just a name pushed me away from it. It was decent to read somehow. Actually, quite a lot of anime is pretty good when it's got like some really fucking weird names. Like I saw something earlier today. It was something like Boss's Daughter or some shit like that. Like, it sounds like kinky as fuck, but like it's not. It's something else. And that's not the impression that I got. Whoops, I need that. It's not the impression that I got from the title, you know? Not saying that that's specifically what I was looking for. I was looking for kinky as fuck stuff, but, you know, it didn't turn out to be that. But it's fine. It was a good enough read. I haven't got far in. I'm sure it's great. But yeah, there's other shit in there too. I'll come across other stuff. I can't remember any of the titles and shit off the top of my head. Actually, this might be... I would rather run with that with a close range gun on this map. I need to drop... Well, I do need to drop that, but I was kind of hoping to come across a win. Because I love having them for these. So I love watching manga being read out on YouTube. There is one story I love about a guy who was preparing for the world freezing over and the aftermath. Nice. I don't mind... There's a couple of good YouTube channels that I watch too that also read it out. Like they also have the what do you call it? The manga on screen as well, which is kind of nice because like I can watch all the visuals and stuff, and it makes it feel more like an anime. Because I don't get a lot of like free time to like just sit down and like read and watch stuff and whatever. So if I really want to, I can always put it on like 2 times speed and like get through like the whole thing. I figured that there was somebody around here. Mate, you come back. I bet you're going that way. This is not great. Oh, any good manga recommendations? I probably have some. I haven't seen the fucking destroying particles thing for a while. It depends what kind of... Oh, shit. What kind of genres you after, Ren? You after, like, spice of life, romance, adventure, fantasy, realistic, whatever. Like, I often have, like, Grimm and stuff ask me for recommendations. I've got, like, a wide variety of different stuff. I like some weird shit, though, so what I consider to be good may actually just be really fucking weird. Oh, shit, hold on. Don't lay down. This guy doesn't even know that I'm here. Come on, hand. Nope. Oh. It worked out. Fuck hell. As I found out yesterday, you can sticky bomb the rubble in there and it gets you down better loot. Yeah, so in Karakin there's tunnels. There's, oh, finally. There's tunnels inside of those little domes, and there's also straight wall tunnels you can blow up as well. No, don't give me that. I wanted the compensator on it. Okay, so what I'm kind of talking about is, and I should be able to hopefully safely look at it on a map. So these little domes have got, a couple of them have got like a little flag next to a little Kraken flag that will show you that that is breakable. There should also be, and I've got to be careful because this is coming up. I think I'm inside the zone, so I should be right. But here, this, that is a wall that you can also break and go down and into tunnels. There's 4 entry points. There's one like over here somewhere, one down here, and there's 2 on either side. And depending on which way you go down and which tunnels and stuff you go down, sometimes those little domes will take you all the way down and you can run underground the whole way. So if you ever hear somebody underneath you and you're just out and about here, that's what's going on.